I chose this master's degree because I graduated with a psychology degree in the UK as well, and I wanted to go into clinical work, but I didn't know where to go and what to do, and I knew very little about the NHS, and it seemed like this master's allowed me to understand it a lot more.
So I have three main reasons why I wanted to study this MSc. So the first was to develop my research and knowledge of clinical services in the UK. So I wanted to work within IAP settings and become a practitioner there. And the course gave us some broad teaching on mental health conditions and the services that are there to treat people with conditions. The second reason I wanted to study at UCL is because of its world-renowned reputation for research in various different areas, especially psychosis, which is one of my main interest areas. And then finally, I was invited to go and meet some of the staff on the MSc, and they're really friendly and welcoming.
Lived experience mainly. So I feel like doing this MSc will better enable me to understand my past experiences more, and I eventually want to help people anyway.
I think one of the main things for me was obviously UCL has a great reputation, and that was quite important to me in terms of thinking about future employability after the course. I think also the actual content of the Masters was really important, so I did quite a lot of research to see what was out there. And I just thought that this Masters offered quite a good mix between clinical and research, and I really wanted to kind of build my confidence in terms of research skills.
From working at the UCL and working at the Division of Psychiatry, I was confident that it would be a really good environment to study in. So I knew some of the staff already, I knew some of the teaching staff on there, and just having got to know them a little bit, I was pretty confident, that it would be a really well-run course and taught by, kind of experts in their fields. That's, I think, and also because I was already going to be doing a PhD after the MSc course, so I thought this was quite this course would provide me with the skills that I needed for that. So that's why I chose the MSc.
So I knew I wanted to come to London, so I was looking at other MSCs in London, and this one had the best balance between clinical and research, and so that's why I chose this one, yeah.
So I am a trainee psychiatrist at Camden and Islington, and I decided to choose the MSc because I'd considered an academic career in psychiatry, but without the sort of commitment of an academic clinical fellowship, I thought this would be a good idea to sort of dip my foot into it. Locality-wise, great part of London to be in and a wonderful university to be part of. So I think it was a bit of a no-brainer, really.
One of the main reasons why I chose this Masters was because it was very broad and inclusive in its scope.
I thought it'd be a huge opportunity to open new doors overseas. So.
I think this MSc is really good in terms of the options that you have available and what you can, how you can tailor it to your own interests and what you want to get out of the course in terms of the skills that you want to develop.
I really liked the academics here, and I'd read their stuff before, and I was kind of a bit excited and starstruck.
So I looked at all the module choices, like the prospective module choices, and all that was offered was really comprehensive. It had everything, so even disorders I wasn't too familiar with, so yeah.
The department provided us with all the possible electives from the Division of Psychiatry, and then also saying that there was also some margin for outside the Division of Psychiatry. So I looked at them all, and all of them looked fascinating. So it was very hard actually to ultimately choose which ones. But I knew that given that breadth, given that opportunity for that freedom, that was really appealing to me to choose this Masters, because I was interested in so much, and I knew I needed extra time to decide which modules I was going to take. And it was really, because I looked at so many different Masters, and this was really unique in that way, in that Maybe other masters offered a couple of electives, you know, but this was 4, you know, so it was the highest out of all of them. So that was definitely an important reason as to why I chose it.
I find really unique the mix of research and clinical modules that the course offered. So I felt that it gives students the opportunity to analyze things using different lenses. And I also found really appealing the optional placements. So the program offers to students the opportunity to gain practical experience either in clinical settings or in research settings. And I think that's really important, especially for a foreign student, because you kind of get an idea of how real life work is in research or in clinical practice, and then you decide whether you would like to do that and what sort of skills you need to actually embark on such a career.